can get the solution and I will keep here. In that situation, so go with pass. Pass is nothing but null statement, empty statement. We can say that it is a empty statement. So these three are the control statements in Python. So if someone called what are the control statements, we can go with break, continue, pass. Next important concept is functions. So already you people know that what is meant by function. So already you people know that what is meant by function. So function is a subprogram. Function is a subprogram. It may contain the group of statements. It contains group of statements. So, and what is the use of function is, if you want to divide a particular problem into number of parts, then with the help of function only it is possible. So the program readability will increase, complexity will reduce. The program's complexity will reduce. That is the advantage of function. And here we never discussed about regarding comments in Python. So actually we're having comments in Python. So comment line will be represented with the hash symbol. So if I want to represent some comment in a program with the help of hash, we can represent it. So if you represented hash, automatically it will treat it as a comment. So hash is a single line comment, slash star, star slash is a multi-line comment. And we're having another type of comment called documentation comment. So doc string comment, we call it as a doc string comment. If anything you mentioned within 3 double quotations or 3 single quotations and ending with 3 double quotations or 3 single quotations, we call it as a doc string. So doc string is nothing but similarly multi-line comment only. So if you want to mention something regarding this function, then we can go with doc string. So not only this function, anywhere if you want to define something regarding that particular program, then you can go with either multi-line comment or single line comment or doc string. So here the syntax for function is, every function will start with def. So every function will start with def space function name. Whatever the function you are representing, you can represent it. And we people know that function is having some parameters. So here the parameters are optional. So some functions may have and some functions may not. So there is some functions are there without parameters also we can execute it. So here also we can define the function without parameters. So after that you terminate with colon. Once you terminated with colon and you pressed enter, then automatically it will go with indentation. And you can mention the group of statements whatever you are having. And if you want to mention something regarding this function, then you can go with doc string. So if you want to mention something regarding a particular this function, you can go with the doc string. Otherwise you can leave it and directly you can write the statement. Okay. So now we go with small example on function, how it is going to execute and what are the things. So I'm going to define one function. So every function will start with keyword called def, def space function name. So better keep in mind that your function name should not be a reserved word. So the result words may be represented with different color. Not only here in Anaconda, it is represented with green color. So every editor is having special representation for keywords. So don't go with keywords. For example, if I mentioned sum, so when you observe the color, it is in green color, means it is a built-in function. So go with some addition. Okay, addition of parameters. I want to perform addition of two numbers, some x comma y. So here we don't have any data type concepts. Colon. Simply I'm entering. I'm taking one additional variable c equal to x plus y. Then print sum is comma c. So this is defining a function. If you want to type of addition means which type of addition is here. Addition is also now a Python object. So once you define the function itself is an object. So now addition is a Python object. If I want to know about addition, what is the type? Then type of addition. So now I define the function addition, but it is still executing. So if you found in square brackets star, it indicates that still it is executing. So I'm getting some problem with this one. We'll check it. So I need to close the browser and I need to open it. I will do that one. So when I execute it, the function is executed. If you want to call just addition of some 4 comma 9, if you mention, then we'll get 4 plus 9 13. Sum is 13. So if you want to know about type of addition, it is a function. So function is also one type of Python object. So if you define any object and if you want to know about that object, which type is related, with the help of type function, we can define it. So here, this is a way of defining the function. So, and the function may return the value also. Here, I define the simple function by getting two parameters, and here only I'm doing addition, I'm printing. So I don't want to do like that. It wants to return some value. Then we can go with return statement. Like a C programming, so Python is also having return statement. For example, def, same addition I am going to take, some x comma y, colon, simply I am taking return x plus y. Just I'm executing this one, means function is created. So now some z equal to, or else res equal to, so addition of some 9 comma 20. When I execute it, so the result will be stored under res. If I type res, then I will get the value, that is 29. So we can use return type also. And we are having different types in functions. So this is about the function, how we are going to create it. But return statement is optional. If you want to use, you can use it. Otherwise, so just to perform the operations. And generally, indentation is having 4 spaces. So it will take as usual 4 spaces, but it is not restricted. You can go with more also. You can go with more also. Next, Python default arguments. So generally, we define some arguments, and there is a situation that you may go with default arguments. So default arguments means if you not mentioned any value to a particular argument, then by default it will take some value. For example, here I am defining one function called greet. I am defining one function called greet. So greet is a one function. It is having 2 parameters, name and MSG. So MSG is a default argument. If user did not provided any information to MSG parameter, by default it will take as a good morning. For example, here I am executing greet function by passing Kate. So Kate is the name of the person, but I didn't mention the message. Then what will take? Name will be replaced with Kate, but MSG is good morning. So here I am printing message hello, hello name, hello Kate, comma message means good morning. Again, I am calling the same function by passing Bruce and how do you do. So what will do? It brings a message, hello Bruce, how do you do? So if you mentioned any value to the parameter, then the mentioned value will take. If you didn't mention anything, then default parameter will take. So we'll go with an example on this one for default arguments. So here assume it same addition function. So def addition of x comma y equal to 0. If I didn't mention the second element, it will consider it as 0. And one more thing is you can keep in mind that the default arguments will start from right hand side. Means you're not supposed to mention x as a 0. For example, if I do like that, it will get error. I will check it. Just I'm giving function pass. If you execute this one, it will get error. Non-default argument follows default argument. So if you are starting default value assignment, you start from right hand side. If you want to define both, then no issue. If you define like this only, it will take. So this is, you should keep in mind that one. So just I'm doing return x plus 5. Simply I'm executing it. So print addition of 5. If I mention addition of 5, I will get 5 only. If I mention addition of 5 comma 9, then it will take 14. Means the second parameter, second argument is default argument. So if you didn't mention any value for second argument, by default it will take it as a 0. That is about default arguments. That is about default arguments. And next, keyword arguments. So keyword arguments means similar arguments are there, but positions may change it. So actually the function first is having name, second is having MSG. Means you must and should send first element should be name, second element should be MSG. But if you are using keyword arguments, you can jumble it. So observe here. So first I am calling the function greet by passing name equal to Bruce, message equal to how do you do. This is the right one. And you can pass like this also. You can pass like this also. MS equal to how do you do, name equal to Bruce. Means actually name is the first parameter, message is the second parameter. But here what I am saying is first message I am sending, second name I am sending. And one more thing is we can do like that also, value and keyword. So Bruce, name itself it will take, but second one MSG I am mentioning. This is also way we can mention keyword arguments. and first I'm mentioning name, second one automatically it will take it as a message. So this is about keyword arguments. So when we are going to use this one is, if I don't know the sequence of parameters, I know how many parameters are there, and what are the names of parameters, I know, but I don't know the sequence. So here I'm having only simply 2 arguments. The functions may having like 5 arguments, 10 arguments, like that. In that situation, so we can't remember the sequences. In that situation, keyword arguments will help you. For example, in similar example, so if I want to define, so if I want to define default arguments, means print addition of y equal to 2, comma x equal to 3. So this is keyword argument. Actually, I supposed to send first element is x, second element is y, but here I am taking opposite. So if you mention like this, we'll get error. Why? Because first is x, you assigned, second one is y, you're supposed to keep y. Now we are getting. So this is about default arguments, keyword arguments. Next one is Python arbitrary arguments is there. Means there is a situation you can get some list, tuple, dictionary as a parameters to the function. So in that situation, you go with arbitrary arguments. So generally, so tuples or list will be represented with single star, dictionary will be represented with double star. So we'll go with an example on this one, arbitrary arguments. For example, I'm having some list 1 equal to, I'm getting some values like some 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, whatever it may be having values. So I want to perform addition of these all values. So I'm going to define one function def. So some addition, same function, but I'm having list some star lst. So what I'm doing is for v in lst, so I'm going to define one variable called sum or else s, which is initialized to 0. So s equal to s plus v I'm doing. Then simply return s. So this is a function. So when I'm calling, sorry, print addition of list 1. So I need to suppose convert it into integer. Okay, here I'm getting some issue with this one. Okay, just I will print it one. Actually, I'm having lower version of Python, some Python 3.5.